गोपी भावरसामृताब्दलहरी गोपी भावरसामृताब्दलहरी कल्लोलमग्नं वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगौ श्रीजी भगोपालक राधे हे राधे ब्रज देविके च हे नन्दसूना कुतः राधे ब्रज देविके च ललिते हे नन्दसूना कुतः श्रीगोवर्धन पादपतले कालिन्दी वने कुतः राधे ब्रज देविके च ललिते हे नन्दसूना कुतः श्रीगोवर्धन पादपतले कालिन्दी वने कुतः गोसंतापिते गोसंतापिते सर्वतो ब्रजपुरे खेदई बिहुबलौ वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगौ श्रीजी गोसंतापिते सर्वतो ब्रजपुरे खेदई महाबिहुबलौ वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगौ श्रीजी बालक कृष्ण कीर्तन दान नर्तन परम प्रेमामृतम मनीहि धीर धीर जन प्रिय प्रियकरौ निमंसरौ पूजितौ श्री चैतन्य कृपाभर भुवि भुव हरः वहन् तारक वन्दे रूप सनातन जगजुग
Hare Krishna. 晚安。
Hare Krishna， 晚安，阿叔。
So we are very happy to be here together in this virtual room.
所以我们非常的开心，大家能够齐聚在这个灵性的房间里。
We would prefer to be physical with you.
那我们当然希望能够面对面的和大家在一起。
But for the time being, we have to do like this.
但是在现在这个时候呢，我们只能够是以这样的方式齐聚一堂。
So we continue studying the nectar of devotion.
所以我们现在继续来学习奉爱的甘露。
Because we want to become devotees.
因为我们希望能够成为奉献者。
So we have to learn this science.
所以呢，我们就必须要学习这门科学。
So the nectar of devotion is a very practical teaching.
那么奉爱的甘露呢，是一个非常实际的教导。
It's all by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada.
一切都来自于舍拉帕帕的仁慈。
Who taught us by his own perfect example how to serve Krishna with love and devotion.
他满怀着爱和奉爱之情，以完美的个人的典范的教导，来把这门奉爱的科学教授给了我们。
Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine. Srila Prabhupada gave us this nectar of devotion.
舍拉帕帕把这奉爱的甘露赐给了我们。
Is a summary of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
这是 Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 奉爱的甘露之阳的摘要。
Written by Srila Rupa Goswami.
Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 是由舍拉 Rupa Goswami 所著的。
Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Srila Rupa Goswami is the leader of all the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan.
舍拉 Rupa Goswami 呢是稳达文的6位 Goswami 的领袖。
Our eternal Shiksha Gurus.
这6位 Goswami 是我们永恒的 Shiksha Guru 训示灵性导师。
Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. They have written so many books on this science of devotion.
他们就奉爱的科学的甘露呢，著写了这么多的书籍。
All following the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
那所有这一切呢，全部都是遵循着Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 的训示。
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the original teacher of this science of loving devotion.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 呢是奉爱的科学的最原初的老师。
He descended to this material world to relish it, to distribute it to all of us, most fortunate souls of this Kali Yuga.
那么他降临到这个世界，就是要把这奉爱的科学传递给在卡利年代的这些幸运的灵魂们。
Most fortunate souls of this Kali Yuga.
是卡利年代最幸运的灵魂。那他来这儿呢，也是为了要品味这个奉爱的科学。
To relish and to distribute.
他是为了要品味以及呢派发。
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as we know, is Radha and Krishna together.
那我们都知道，Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 呢，他是 Radha 和 Krishna 的合并体。
They are the highest manifestation of love of Krishna, of love of God.
那么Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 呢，他是
Radha and Krishna are the highest manifestation of love of God.
Radha 和 Krishna 呢是最高形式的对神爱的展现。
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno, Sadharma Samstapako, Lokanamita Karino Tribhuvane, Manyo Sharanyakaro. Radha Krishna Pada Vinda Bhajana Nande Namataliko Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako Bande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. Can you read the translation?
我前进的顶拜圣 Rupa Goswami、圣 Sanatana Goswami、圣 Raghunath Bhatt Goswami、圣 Raghunath Das Goswami、圣 Jiva Goswami 和圣 Gopal Bhatta Goswami 这6位 Goswami， 他们精于为 ，sorry， 阿叔，
Yes.
他们精于为利益全人类而建立永恒的宗教原则，去深入研究所有的启示经典，因此受到3个世界的尊敬。他们全神贯注于牧牛姑娘的心境，忙于为圣 Radha 和 Krishna 做超人的爱心服务，因此值得人们去寻求保护。
So in order to attain the highest goal of life, pure love of Krishna, we need to practice perfectly pure devotional service.
所以为了要达到我们生命的最高目标，也就是达到对 Sri Krishna 的纯爱，那我们就需要去学习如何能够纯粹的进行奉爱服务。
And in order to practice perfectly pure devotional service, we need to know very clearly what pure devotional service and what is and what pure devotional service is not.
所以呢，为了要能够完美的去做纯粹的奉爱服务，我们就需要知道什么是纯粹的奉爱服务，什么不是纯粹的奉爱服务。纯粹的奉爱服务是为了取悦 Krishna 的活动，既没有隐秘的动机，也没有哲学思辨和功利性活动的污染。
Anihabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktirutama. Okay, we saw this. The only qualification to begin devotional service is the mercy of a devotee who enthuses us with the attraction to the Supreme Lord.
那所以我们看到这个了，开始奉爱服务的唯一的资格呢，就是得到奉献者的仁慈，奉献者激发人产生了对至尊主的吸引。
The qualification to advance in Vedic sadhana bhakti, our stage, depend upon the maturity of our knowledge and faith in the scriptures.
那么在 Vaidhi sadhana bhakti 中呢，前进的资格是取决于人对经典和知识和信心的成熟度。
And the qualification to practice pure devotional service is freedom from the bodily concept of life, and you should abandon all desires, even the desire of liberation, and endeavor only to please Krishna.
练习纯粹的奉爱服务的资格是摒除了躯体化的生命概念，觉悟到人应该放下所有种类的欲望，特别是解脱的欲望，只为取悦 Krishna 而努力。
Only to please Krishna.
所以呢，他只是为了要取悦 Krishna.
Because to please Krishna through pure devotional service is the highest form of love.
因为呢，通过奉爱服务来取悦 Krishna 是最高形式的爱。
So we have been studying the chapter 6, how to discharge, how to practice pure devotional service.
那我们已经在学习第6章，就是如何做奉爱服务。
Means how to engage our senses, how to engage our words, our mind in Krishna service.
也就是说呢，如何把我们的感官、把我们的心意和把我们的话语都用来为 Krishna 做奉爱服务。
Last time we saw we finished the 10 items that we should avoid in our practice of devotional service.
在上一讲里呢，我们就谈到了我们在进行奉爱服务的时候，一定要 避免的10项事情。
And we discussed about Namaparada, the most important offenses that we should avoid.
那么我们就讨论了 Nama Aparad， 这个是我们应该避免的最严重的一种冒犯。
And today we're gonna read about the Seva Parada.
那今天呢我们今天呢将读关于 Seva Aparad 的这一方面的信息。
Means offenses and deity worship.
那这个 Seva Aparad 的意思呢，就是在崇拜神像的时候所做出的冒犯。
They are not as grievous as the Namaparad.
但是 Seva Aparad 呢，它的严重度没有 Nama Aparad 那么高。
But if you are not attentive and if you commit these offenses, then very easily because we don't become purified, very easily we can commit the Namaparad as offenses to the holy names.
但是如果要是我们由于没有认真，就是没有这个走心，然后进行了 Seva Aparad， 也就使得我们就没有在内心中得到足够的净化，然后很容易就会有 Nama Aparad 对圣名的冒犯了。
So you're gonna read a very long list of Seva Paradas.
那我们现在呢要读一个关于 Seva Aparad 的挺长的一个列单。
And every time you read or you hear something that you don't understand very well or feel strange, just take note of the number. Take note of the number.
就是我们现在念这些相关的这个名单的时候，如果您要是觉得有地方不懂或者觉得很奇怪，完全不明白的话，您就把这个数字给记下来。
Or if you think it's for you it's impossible to follow what to do.
或者说您觉得就这个您没有办法去按照他的这个说法去做，不知道该怎么办。
So take note of the number, and then in the end we can discuss. You just give the number, you go back, and we can discuss.
所以呢，您就只要把这个数字给记下来就好了。然后咱们走完这个单子之后呢，我们就把您不懂的这个数字给提出来，然后我们可以探讨一下。
So just go one by one, reading very, very, very calmly.
所以呢，我们现在就这个一条一条的读。
So you please accompany in the reading.
Okay. 所以呢 please accompany in the reading.
All of you accompany in the reading without
okay.
having the audio on.
Okay. 所以呢
They can read also along with us,
yeah,
but without having the microphone.
Yeah. 所以呢，我们大家呢现在就继续呢，还是处于关麦的这个状态哈。但是呢，跟着我一起读，就是我们大家咱一块儿读，慢慢读。第一条哈，不乘车、坐轿或穿鞋进入神庙。第二条，遇到 Krishna 的显现日 Jamashtami 和花车节Radha Yatra 等节日时，应该为取悦至尊主而欢度这些节日，不得忽视。第三条，在神像面前不该不顶拜。第四条，进食之后要洗手、洗脚，就是在进食之后不要不洗手、洗脚就直接进入神庙崇拜神像。第五条，不该在被污染的情况下进庙。第六条，不应单手着地顶拜。第七条，不该在圣主 Krishna 面前绕圈子。第八条，在神像面前坐着时，不可双腿前伸。第九条，在神像面前不该抱膝、抱脚踝或抱肘而坐。第十条，不该在神像面前躺着。第11条，不该在神像面前接受 prasadam。 第12条，绝不可在神像面前说谎。第13条，不该在神像面前大声说话。第14条，不该在神像面前与他人交谈。15，不该在神像面前大哭大叫。16，不该在神像面前争吵打斗。17，不该在神像面前斥责他人。18，不该在神像面前向乞丐布施。19，不该在神像面前对人疾言厉色。20，不该在神像面前披毛皮披肩。21，不在神像面前赞扬任何人。22，不该在神像面前说脏话。23，不该在神像面前放屁。24，应该根据自身的经济能力崇拜神像。25，不该吃没给 Krishna 供奉过的食物。26，不该不给 Krishna 供奉应季的新鲜水果和谷物。27，煮好的食物在没给神像供奉前，不该给任何人吃。28，不该背对神像而坐。29，不该沉默地顶拜灵性导师，也就是说，在顶拜灵性导师时，应该大声地念出向灵性导师祈祷的祷文。30，不应该在见到灵性导师时不说赞美他的话。31，不该在灵性导师面前赞扬自己。32，不该在神像面前嘲笑半神人。
Okay, in 21, we read.
然后在第21时节里呢，我们就读到了不在神像面前赞扬任何人。
And then on the 30, we read.
然后在第30节里面，我们又读到了不应该在见到灵性导师时不说赞美他的话。
It's a little confusing, no?
所以是不是有点困惑？
You should not eulogize, should not praise anyone before the deity, and you should not fail to praise the spiritual master.
就是不在神像面前呢，就不能够赞扬任何人。但是呢，在见到灵性导师的时候呢，就一定要赞美他。
Remember, the whole purpose of following these rules is to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna.
我们大家一定要记得一点，就是要遵循所有的这些规则。它终其的目的都是为了要执行一个原则，就是永远
Remember Krishna. Remember Krishna.
Yes, 也就是永远都要记得 Krishna， 永远不要忘记他。
This rules means remember Krishna.
那就是这个规则的意思呢，也就是说是要记住 Krishna。
So if you keep this in mind, we can resolve any apparent contradiction.
所以如果我们要是能够记得这个总原则的话，那我们就可以解释所有看起来是矛盾的点了。
Okay, let's see how we deal with this apparent contradiction here between 21 and 30.
那我们现在来看一看，我们怎么来解释这看起来是矛盾的这一对21和30。
If the spiritual master is present before the deity, it seems unavoidable to commit one offense or another.
如果要是灵性导师是在神像面前的话，那么就看起来好像肯定得做一个冒犯，要不然就得冒犯第21条，要不然就得冒犯30条。
Either you are going to praise him before the deity and his 21 offense, or you are going to fail to praise him and his offense 30.
就是因为如果要是在神像面前，如果要是赞扬了灵性导师的话呢，那也就意味着我们冒犯了第21条，不在神像面前赞扬任何人。但如果我们要是赞扬了灵性导师的话呢，那如果是不赞扬灵性导师的话呢，那么就冒犯了第30条，不应该在见到灵性导师时不说赞美他的话。
So we have to keep in mind that the purpose of these rules is to keep always our remembrance of Krishna.
那所以我们必须要记得，就是所有的这些规范，它都是为了要让我们永远都能够记住 Krishna。
So out of respect for the deity, we may choose to praise the spirit of master in our minds.
那所以说呢，当我们在神像面前与灵性导师在一起的时候呢，我们也许选择的做法，就是在我们的内心之中去赞扬、赞美我们的灵性导师。
And join our hands in a discreet gesture of respect.
然后呢，双手合十来向灵性导师表示我们对他的尊敬之情。
This is one way.
那么这是其中的一个方式。
You are not breaking the 21, you are not breaking the 30.
因为如果我们是这么做了的话呢，我们既没有违反第21条，也没有违反第30条。
But we may choose to openly praise the spiritual master by seeing him as a representative of Krishna.
但是呢，我们也可以选择是大大方方公开的来赞美 Sri Krishna， 不是赞美灵性导师。那么这会儿呢，是把灵性导师看成是 Sri Krishna 的代表。
Krishna's servant, and the deities will be very pleased.
那因为you mean 是 representative or servant?
Representative or servant is the
Servant
same
is the
thing.
same. OK. 那我们这会儿呢是在神像面前去赞扬。他说 I'm not the host. Can you hold? Make me the host. Can you make me as a host? In that case, I can very quickly to mute whoever is there.
Okay.
OK，然后是这样的哈，就是因为如果我们要是在神像面前去赞美 Sri Krishna 的代表或者他的仆人的话，神像Sri Krishna 他是会非常开心的。
So neither one of this is an offense, and they can help us to remember Krishna.
所以说呢，那么这两种呢就都不是冒犯，而且呢都能够帮助我们想起 Krishna。
Because there are no contradictions. Maybe apparent contradictions like this too, but it's not a contradiction. You can resolve this.
那所以说呢，其实是没有矛盾的。比如说这两条，它们看似好像是矛盾的，但其实是可以说得通、解释得了的。
Okay, you continue. But now we notice is with the letter, number and letter.
那然后呢，我们现在来看这个，就是前面就这个小号哈，1A 不应该在漆黑的屋内触碰神像。
This is from another Purana, and many of these rules you may find repetition.
OK， 那么这些呢都是来自于另外一部 Purana 的另外一部往事书的。
Varaha Purana.
这是来自于 Varaha Purana 的 Varaha 往事书，所以呢，我们可以看到有好多重复的地方。2A， 在崇拜神像时，必须严格遵守各项规定。3A， 不该在没有发出声音的情况下悄然进入神殿。
Please, I beg you again, if you have anything that you hear and is not clear, you don't understand well, please take note of the number. And we, in the end of this reading, we're gonna go over all the points you point out.
那我再次请求大家，当大家在读到这个列单中的有一些地方，如果是不明白、不理解或者不知道怎么去遵守的话，请大家一定要把前面这个号给记下来。然后等我们读完了之后呢，我们一会儿再重新再去探讨这些大家不明白的地方。 4A 不该把被狗或其他低等动物看过的食物供奉给神像。5A 不在崇拜神像时打破庄严肃穆的气氛。6A 不该在崇拜神像的过程中去大小便。7A 不该在不供奉鲜花的情况下单独供奉香。8A 不该供奉没有香味的花。9A 每天都必须仔细的刷牙。10A 不该在性生活之后立即进入神庙。11A 不该触碰正处在月经期的女子。12A 不该在触碰死尸后直接进庙。13A 不该穿红色、蓝色或没有洗过的衣服进庙。14A 不该在见到死尸后直接进庙。阿叔。
第15。
15A 不该在庙里放屁。16A 不该在庙里动怒。17A 不该在去过火葬场后直接进庙。18A 不该在神像面前打嗝，所以在胃中的食物没有完全消化之前不要进庙。19A 不该抽大麻。20A 不该抽鸦片或服用其他类似的麻醉品。21A 用油涂抹全身后不该直接进入神像房或触碰神像。22A 不该对教导至尊主至尊地位的经典表示不敬。23A 不该向人介绍与教义相反的经典。24A 不该在神像面前咀嚼槟榔。25A 不该把盛在不干净的罐子里的鲜花供奉给神像。26A 应该坐在坐垫上，而不是直接坐在地上崇拜神像。27A 在没有沐浴之前不该触碰神像。28A 不该在额头上画3道横线式的提拉克。29A 不该在没有洗手洗脚的情况下进庙。1B 不该把非 Vaishnava 做的食物供奉给神像。2B 不该在非奉献者面前崇拜神像。3B 不该边看非奉献者边崇拜神像。4B 崇拜神像前应该先崇拜半神人Ganapati， 他能清除我们做奉爱服务过程中所遇到的一切障碍。5B 被指甲或手指触碰过的水不可用来给神像沐浴。6B 奉献者不该在流汗的时候崇拜神像。 7b，不跨越或用脚踩已经给神像供奉过的鲜花。8b，不该以神的圣名起誓。
Okay, this is all. It's the main worshipping offenses against worship of the Lord.
那么这些呢，就是主要的在崇拜主的时候的冒犯，一些违反的事情。
Is a person who is completely, even if his life is completely had been completely sinful, will be protected by the Lord if he simply surrenders to the Lord.
一个人他如果是他就是一个人，他本来是完全罪恶的，但如果呢，他要是归依于主的话，那么他也能够完全被主所保护的。
So it means that if a person surrenders to the Supreme Lord, he becomes free from all sinful reactions.
也就是说呢，一个人当他归依于主的时候呢，他就能够免除所有的罪恶的反应。
And even if a person becomes an offender of the Supreme Lord, he can still be delivered simply by taking shelter of the holy name of the Lord.
那么就即便是一个人他是一个冒犯主的人，但是呢，他也可以通过唱诵主的圣名而得到解救。
Simply by chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we can be free from offense to the Lord himself.
那么仅仅是通过念诵 Hare Krishna Mantra 这个 Maha Mantra，这个人呢，他就能够从冒犯主的这个罪恶中被解救出来。
So in other words, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is beneficial to eradicate all sins.
也就是说呢，念诵圣名 Hare Krishna Mantra，它是可以清除所有的罪的。
But if you become an offender of the holy names, then there is no chance.
但是如果我们要是成为了一个冒犯圣名的人的话，那我们就没有机会了。
That's why we should not not commit offenses to the holy while chanting the holy names.
也就是这个原因，当我们在念诵圣名的时候，我们可千万不能够冒犯圣名。
That means we have to be careful with offenses against the holy names.
也就是说呢，当我们在念诵圣名，就是我们一定要非常非常的小心，千万不要去冒犯圣名。
Okay, let's see what numbers we have.
对，我们现在来看一下大家有哪个不太理解的地方。Bhakti 说是第13A 不太理解。Bhakti said that, but first Bhakti has her hand on, and she also said that she's not understand for 13A.
Okay, she wants to speak or she wants to just we look for the 13A.
Yeah, let me check with her. Bhakti 妈姐，我看到您的或者 Bhakti Prabhu 啊，就我看到您的这个手是举起来的，但是你又写了13A，您有什么要跟阿叔要讲的吗？你要开麦吗
？One should not enter the temple wearing garments of red or blue color or garments which are unwashed. This one?
Yes.
13, okay. Red and blue, I never understood very much. Some people told me it's because are very vivid colors that are used for the deities. We dress often the deities in blue and red colors, so we should not dress the same type of colors. Other people say that it's not a big deal, it's not a big problem. So, in terms of colors.
这样说呢，就是关于这个红色跟蓝色这个事情啊，他始终也没有搞得太明白。那么有些人对他讲呢，红色和蓝色是给神像用的最多的颜色，所以说呢，我们就不要穿跟神像用的这个颜色同样的这个颜色，这是第一个说法。那么还有一些其他的奉献者跟阿叔说呢，这个颜色其实不是什么太大的问题。
Unwashed, yes. You should not be with clothes that are not clean. That's obvious. You should be always in a very clean state, outside at least.
那么这个没有洗过的衣服，那这个是很显而易见的，就是当我们在进庙的时候呢，我们一定要穿干净的衣服。 就至少在外面穿的这个衣服一定要是干净的、洗过的。
Maybe our hearts are not yet clean, but at least our clothes should be clean.
那也许我们的这个内心还不那么太干净，但是至少我们的衣服要是干净的。
So don't be so affected by the red or blue color, but if you can avoid it is better.
所以呢，我们就不要太过于纠结关于红色和蓝色的这个事情。但如果我们要可以避免的话呢，那我们就避免。
If you are aware, at least don't do it.
就因为至少就是你意识到了，就别这么做。But that's for Prabhu's okay, but for Mataji's we do have a lot of saris are in red and blue.
Yeah, should be okay. Should be okay.
然后我跟他说，我说那跑步其实还好，他们可能不会穿红色或蓝色的兜体，但是作为 Mataji 来讲，我们的确有的时候就是会买到红色和蓝色的纱丽，而且有很多这样的纱丽。
Yeah,
所以阿叔说应该没什么问题。
I would think more about not really the dress, but the garments like a chadar or a scarf, like that in these colors. If the sari, the whole dress is that color, I don't think will be a problem. But avoid to wear any extra thing with these colors.
OK， 阿叔说呢，就是如果要是我们的 shari 是红色或者蓝色的话，这应该不是太大的问题。问题就在于，就是我们如果进庙，比如说要这个戴围巾呐，或者是有时候就是有这个插的披肩什么之类的，就是这些就尽量避免不要是红色和蓝色了。
So there's a 15A for somebody.
I think it's Sumukirana Maji.
Sumukirana, what's the problem with that one?
She said that 15A 有人不理解，这是身体的自然反应，如何能够控制得住呢？请求阿叔了解。我看第15A 是什么呀？Okay. Well, she said that some people don't get it because this is a very natural thing for the body, to sometimes you need to release air, to pass air. So how to control it?
Well, you go outside of the temple and you pass air.
就是如果真的需要排气的话呢，就到庙外面去，赶紧跑到庙外面去排气就好了。
To pass water and you pass stool is also a normal function of the body, but you are not going to do in the floor of the temple.
那就比如说我们的这个身体自然反应，比如说我们有这个要排便呢，要排尿啊什么之类的。但是呢，我们肯定是要到厕所里面去做这件事情，肯定不会在庙里面的这个地上去做这件事儿。
I don't know about the Chinese habits, but probably similar with the Indian habits. Indian people, they know because it's Ayurveda, you should not refrain the normal functions of the body. So if the body feels passing air, you should pass air. If you should irritate gas coming from your body, you should do it. If you feel spit because you have mucus, you should spit. But a gentleman should do this in a very discreet way. And in a case you are in front of the deities, you just go out and do these things.
Yeah. Some Chinese people have the same belief.
Yeah, because it's okay. I accept that it's better to not refrain than to refrain. It's true in terms of function of the body. But then go outside, just walk outside and do all these things.
阿叔说呢，因为他不了解咱们中国人的这种习惯是什么样的啊，但是印度人呢，由于他们是受这个阿育吠达的这个思维的这个影响，所以呢，他们就知道这个身体的这些功能是不应该去控制的。比如说呢，就是想打嗝的时候就一定要打嗝，然后呢，想尿尿的时候就要尿尿，想大便的时候呢就要大便。那么就是当这个身体有任何需求的时候呢，立刻就要去做这个事情，不要去这个控制着它。那么阿叔说呢，他也同意，的确是这样。但是呢，作为一个文明的人，他当这个身体有了这样的反应，有了这样的需求的时候呢，就至少要到庙外面去做这些事情，而不要在庙里面当着神像的面去做这些事儿。
So 4B, Juju is mentioned in 4B.
猪猪说4B 不太懂哈，崇拜，他说崇拜神像前先崇拜半神人，这一条没懂。Okay, here said that worship the deity, before worship the deity, you need to worship the demigod, started from Ganapati. She said that she doesn't really get it. Could you explain?
It's not worship the demigods beginning with the demigod Ganapati means to worship the demigod Ganapati before worshiping the deities. I don't know if the translation is correct. It's not worship all the demigods beginning with Ganapati.
No. 应该先崇拜吧。Yeah, it's right. But she still don't get it.
Okay. In general, it's like that. Ganapati, Ganesh, is worshipped simply like offering flowers to Ganesh and saying the mantra to Ganesha, because Ganesh helps to eliminate the obstacles in your deity worship.
这个传统就是这样的，在崇拜神像之前呢，先要崇拜一下象鼻神 Ganesh 就是 Ganapati。那么因为这个象鼻神它可以帮我们移除掉当我们在崇拜神像的时候遇到的各种各样的困难。所以呢，要先崇拜他，而且呢，对他崇拜呢是要一个很简单的一个崇拜就好了，就是这个向他献上一些花，以及念一些崇拜 Ganesh 的祷文。
But in our line, we don't need to do that because we worship Lord Nrsingadev.
但是呢，在我们的传系中呢，是不需要先崇拜 Ganapati 的，因为我们是崇拜主 Nrsingadev 的。
And Lord Nrsingadeva is the worshipable deity of Ganapati.
然后呢，主 Nrsingadev 呢是 Ganapati 所崇拜的神像。
So naturally, Ganapati is satisfied because we are worshiping Lord Nrsingadev, and he will remove all the obstacles.
所以说呢，就是因为我们在崇拜 Ganapati 所崇拜的神像主 Nrsingadev， 就使得 Ganapati Ganesh 他就非常的开心。所以呢，我们所遇到的崇拜神像的时候的这些困难也就很自然的被清除掉了。
And there's somebody 22A to 25A.
等会儿我看一眼啊，我看啊，but there are
this one.
Yeah, 还有就是22A 和26。
What's the problem with all these four?
She Radha said that just run again of this 22AA and the 25A. She just want to read it again.
Okay. So read it.
OK， 那 Radha 妈吉再给您读一下这第22A 和23、24、25A 啊。22A 不该对教导至尊主至尊地位的经典表示不敬。23A 不该向人介绍与教义相反的经典。24A 不该在神像面前嚼槟榔。25A 不该把盛在不干净的罐子里的鲜花供奉给神像。
Betel nut usually is offered to the Lord. We should not chew that.
因为这个槟榔呢，通常来说是供奉给神像的，所以我们不应该去嚼槟榔。
And in India, they always offered because it's for digestion of the Lord, but they never offer to the devotees. You never get the maha. You never get the maha betel nuts.
OK， 然后呢，就是这个这个槟榔果呢是供奉给神像的，但是呢，主他所嚼过的这个槟榔的 prasadam maha prasadam 我们从来都不会再派给奉献者了，所以我们从来都不会得到主的槟榔的 maha prasadam。
The rest is all.
阿叔 why is that?
Why is that? Because it's an intoxicant.
OK， 然后为什么我们就是不会得到主的槟榔的 maha prasadam 呢？是因为槟榔它是有刺激作用的，它有麻醉作用的。
But the Lord is not affected by that.
但是主呢，他是不会被这个事儿给影响的。But why Lord love betel nut?
Well, you have to ask him when you go back.
然后我说
It's because it helps digestion.
OK， 然后刚才我就问阿叔，我说那为什么主还喜欢嚼槟榔呢？然后阿叔说，等你自个儿回归灵性世界之后，你自己问他吧。然后阿叔刚才又说呢，就是因为这个槟榔它可以帮助主来进行消化。
It gives a special taste in the mouth. It leaves a very good taste in the mouth.
然后呢，这个槟榔它还会在这个口中留一个很好的味道。
The demigods they chew betel nuts.
然后呢，这些半神人们他们是嚼槟榔的。
And in India, many people chew betel nuts. In China also, they chew betel nuts.
The southern part of China, people do that. 然后
Yeah.
在印度呢，也有很多人是嚼槟榔的。在咱们中国呢，是南方有一些人是嚼槟榔的。Yes, Ashu. And Janani Sachi Mataji asked the number 7. She didn't get it.
7 from the beginning. Okay.
您这第7条是最开始的那第7条哈。
Should not circumambulate in front of Lord Krishna.
不该在圣主 Krishna 面前绕圈子。
Sometimes circumambulate means go around, like if you are chanting japa in front of the deities and then you start going in circles. It's not correct.
就是说，就是好像是这样的，就是不能绕着神像走。就比如说，你不能够一边绕着神像一边念诵 japa， 这是不对的。
Going around, but sometimes when we dance, we may turn around in front of the deity, but we are dancing. That's different.
Ashu, sorry. I want to clarify with you. One is about walking around the deity. The other one is making circles in front of the deity. Which one?
Oh, this is the last one. Do not circumambulate in front of Shri Krishna.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm not exactly sure. I understand the
circumambulating means going around.
Yeah, going around. What? Going around the deity, right? Just like
no, you just go around in front of the deity. You go around in front of the deity. You are in a deity room and you start going around.
Okay.
This should not be done unless you are dancing. Unless you are dancing.
Yeah, got it. 它的第7条是这意思，就是说呢，在神像的面前不能够绕着圈子走，就是不能够在神像的面前绕着圈子，一边绕着圈子一边不是绕拜神像，是在神像的面前绕着圈子走。但是呢，有的时候咱们会在神像面前跳舞的时候，这个绕圈子不算。但是你就不能够溜达着在神像面前绕着圈子念诵，这不行。
Again, it's not really a very big deal, but it's better to avoid because when you go around, sometimes you turn at one time you turn back to the deities, and you should never turn your back to the deities.
但是呢，这个不是什么大事儿，但是我们尽量要避免原因就是由于，因为我们如果是在神像面前绕圈子的话，如果是把自己绕糊涂了，一下子可能停下来的时候，就是让我们的背对着神像，那么我们永远都不要把背对着神像。
When we are in front of the deities, you should be mindful that we are in front of the deities.
而且呢，就是当我们在神像面前的时候，我们一定要知道，就是一定要非常的小心的理解，我们是在神像面前的。
But if you are dancing and you are dancing for the pleasure of the Lord, and then the devotees start going around, it's also for the pleasure of the Lord. So even though you are going around in front of the Lord, is accepted because you are doing an activity that pleases the Lord to dance in kirtan.
但是呢，如果我们要是在 kirtan 的时候，在神像的面前要起舞的话，那我们跳舞的原因呢，是为了要取悦主。那么这会儿呢，是可以的，因为我们在从事一个取悦主的活动，所以这会儿在神像的面前绕圈子跳舞是没问题的。
But Srila Prabhupada actually gave us a very simple steps to dance in front of the deities.
但是呢，Srila Prabhupada 他其实是教了我们在神像面前舞蹈的很简单的舞步。
So in general, we don't need to dance by going around.
所以说呢，通常来说，我们是不需要在神像面前绕着圈子跳舞的。
But sometimes can happen in a big festival and there's so much enthusiasm and the devotees start dancing and sometimes can happen they start going around. It can happen.
但是有的时候呢，就比如说我们有一些节日啊，或者是奉献者在一起聚会的时候，特别开心的时候，那跳起舞来，我们可能就会绕着圈子跳了。那这种事情是可能发生的。
Avoid to dance in a very exuberant way in front of the deity. Should have very simple steps.
还有呢，就是我们也要尽量的避免在在神像面前非常忘情的跳舞。我们在神像面前尽量就是用很简单的步子来跳就好了。
We don't do a performance in front of the Lord.
因为呢，我们在神像的面前 不是在那儿做舞蹈表演。
Unless there is really part of a performance like a dramatic presentation of something, a dramatic presentation for the pleasure of the Lord, and then there is a very special dancing. Okay, that's accepted.
但是除非这是一个就是专门为取悦主而正在表演的一个节目，很戏剧性的这么一个节目的话，那么这会儿的这种舞姿，就是很热烈的、很热烈、很复杂的那种舞姿是可以的。
But usually they dance in a very traditional way when they do these dramatic presentations in front of the deities.
但通常来说呢，在这个跳舞的在主面前跳舞的时候，都是以很传统的那种舞姿来呈现的。
Again, you should be mindful that whatever you do in front of the deities, it should be for the pleasure of the deities and not for our own ego.
对，然后呢，就是我们一定要时刻的记得，我们在神像面前做的任何一件事情，其实都是为了要取悦主才这么做的，而不是为了要去展现我们自己的自我做的事情。
Okay, before we go into the, is any more questions there?
Yes, Ashu.
Okay.
Actually, there were some Ashu questions and maybe some comments. Let me see them.
Okay.
现在是这个 HDG 108的这位奉献者的问题哈。顶拜阿叔，百合花香可以供奉给至尊主吗？奉献者说百合花有蕊，不能够供奉。Okay, because one of the items said that we shouldn't offer the flower what doesn't have the fragrance to the Lord. Yeah, and this devotee is asking if the lily can offer to the Lord because the lily has a nice fragrance. However, some devotees said that the 我查一下这词pistil. But some devotees said that the lily has the pistil, so cannot be offered. You know the word?
What is that? It's like a
it's just like it's like the stamen.
It's like a resin, a kind of a resin.
Yes, well, well, that is kind of thing to show that this lily flower is a female, so cannot.
Okay. Then if that is the case, you don't offer other lilies that don't have that.
But all lily has that.
All lily has that. I cannot believe. And you may not offer as a garland because these things might taint the clothes of the Lord. But I think you could offer to the lotus feet or just let the Lord smell. I never heard about that.
OK，这个阿叔说呢，他从来没有听说过，就是关于这个花儿有蕊的这个事情哈，是这样的，就刚才我查了一下，就这个百合花呢，它有雄蕊跟雌蕊。阿叔说，就是你就别供雌蕊的那个花儿就行了，或者不要用这个百合花给主做花环，然后呢就把这个百合花给放在主的莲花足下，然后呢请他闻一闻就好了。但是阿叔说他自己他没有。
Is okay. 15A.
No, Juju, you have already answered that.
No, but after she wrote again.
No, but Ashu still has some other questions in the above.
Above that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please allow me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will skip some. 下面这个呢是华为妈妈记的问题哈。他说 Haribo 顶拜感谢帕布和翻译，请问8B 不要向神起誓是什么意思？ Well, 华为 she's asking about the 8B.
8B. Okay, it's the last one. The last one. One should not take a vow in the name of. So I make I make a vow with you that I promise that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We don't do this in front of the deity. I'm going to read the whole Bhagavatam in this year. I'm going to finish the whole Bhagavatam. You don't do this in front of the deity because you may fail your vow.
So means about don't vow in front of the deity, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In the name of the deity, I vow on the name, like we sometimes I swear on the name of my mother.
Yeah.
I say things like that in China.
Yeah.
So you don't. We cannot do that. You cannot say,
但是
I swear you on the name of Gonita. I swear here in front of Gonitai that I will do this, I will do that. Never do that.
Yes. 华为是这样的啊，他的这句话的意思是这个的，不该以神之名起誓，就是说我以神的名义来起个誓，我以神的名义，我今天要读波迦梵歌，我以神的名义，今天我要读圣典波迦瓦坛，就是我们不要以这样的方式来发誓，因为如果我们要是这个遵守不了这个誓言的话，那就是个冒犯。
And we don't use the name of the Lord to make any vow to anyone. I vow on the name, I vow, you see, I vow here in front of Gonitai that I will do this, I will do that. We should not do that.
而且呢，还有呢，也不要说是我现在在高尔尼泰的面前发誓，我要做这件事儿，我要做那件事儿。So, but also that is also means about we don't make vows in front of the deity. If that is the case.
In the name of God, in the name, vow in the name, not in front, in the name.
Yeah, but just
name. I vow on the name of Gonitai that I'm gonna chant 64 rounds every day. We don't make these vows. You make the vows that we are supposed to do at the moment of initiation because these are given by the spiritual master. We have to make these vows, but we don't make any other vows in front of the deities on using the name of the deity as our backup. That's what it means. You use the name of the Lord to back up your vow.
对，这意思就是说，不要以神的名义来起誓，然后用神的这个名义来支撑我们的誓言，这个是我们一定不能做的。但是我们在启迪的时候要发的那个誓是一定要发的，但是呢，就不能够以神的名义去起誓。我不能够说我以高尔尼泰的这个名义来发一个什么什么誓，这是不能做的。
We don't use the name of the Lord in vain.
然后呢，我们不要这个徒劳的去用主的名字。
Means we don't take the name of the Lord in order to do our personal vows, whatever vows we want to do.
就是说我们不要利用主的名字去发我们自己的誓。
Yes, if you want to make any particular vow you do to your own self and you promise to yourself that you're going to do, you don't need to go and take the name of the Lord to use. I'm going to vow in the name of Gonitai that from now on I'm going to take just one meal a day.
就是说，如果您要是要做出一个承诺的话，您可以自己去做这个承诺。但是呢，您不要说我今天以高尔尼泰的名义，我从今儿开始每天就吃一顿饭了，你就不要这么做。
I vow in the name of Gonitai that I will take only one meal a day from now on.
就是我以高尔尼泰的名义，来发誓，从今儿开始我每天只吃一顿饭，这是不能这么做的。
We make the vows that we are supposed to make at the time of initiation because this is instructed by our authority, the spiritual master.
而且呢，就是我们在启迪的时候所发下的这个誓言，是我们要发誓的，并且我们要去承诺的，因为这个是在灵性导师的权威的指导之下而发的誓。
We can make personal vows. You can make personal vows in our life to try to improve our devotional service, but we don't do them in the name of the deity, in the name of the Lord.
就是我们可以自己去许诺，我们可以自己去发誓，但是呢，我们发这个誓就是自己跟自己发就好了，就不要去把神像也扯上，就不要在神像面前，不要以神像名义去做这件事。
What you can do is to pray to the Lord that we'll be able to fulfill the vows that you want to undertake for His pleasure. You can do something like that.
但是呢，我们可以做的一件事情呢，就是向神祈祷，为了要让神高兴，使他能够保佑我们，能够使我们遵守我自己做出的那个承诺。
If they accept, if they feel it's okay, if they bless you, so you can fulfill your vow to chant more rounds or to read more daily Srila Prabhupada's book, something really very devotional.
那所以，如果是神要是开心，他要是高兴的话呢，他就能够保佑我们，来帮助我们去满足我们的这个愿望。比如说，他可以保佑我们能够念更多的圈数，或者是读更多的舍拉帕帕的书籍。
Means to improve our practice of devotional service.
那就是说，那这些呢，就是他可以来保佑我们，这个能够更好的去从事在灵性上有助于我们灵性提升的活动。
So we beg, we pray the deities that we will be able to sustain that determination to increase our devotional life.
那所以呢，我们就祈求神像能够帮助我们，能够让我们更加的有信心、有决心，能够更好的去从事我们的灵性生活。
Okay.
下面这个问题，小玉的问题，不该在非奉献者的面前崇拜神像。那么想请教阿叔解答一下，在中心联谊做 arti 时很难避免非奉献者的，怎么办呢？而且奉献者也会领刚来的人顶拜神像。Okay, one of the items are that shouldn't worship deity in front of the non-devotees. So my question is that could you explain this a little bit? Because when we're in the center to have the association program, when we're perform the artis, it's very hard to avoid to do it in front of the non-devotees, how to do it. And the devotees often bring the newcomers to come over here to pay the obeisances to the deity.
Well, we estimate that whoever comes to the temple is already a devotee.
OK, 那我们这会儿呢就 estimate， 我们就
anyone who comes to see the form of the Lord is already doing devotional service.
但我们其实是这么认为的，就是任何一个来参拜神像的人，我们就默认他已经是在做奉爱服务的奉献者了，他就已经不是新人了。
Already see the deities, it means he is already done devotional service.
因为他已经看到了神像，所以呢，也就意味着他已经从事了奉爱服务。
So here is more in the sense of a person who is really not interested and worship the deity in front of him. A person who is really a non-devotee, an atheist. But if a person voluntarily comes to offer obeisance or to see the deity and be respectful, that person is considered already a devotee, at least potentially.
那么在这里面所说的这个非奉献者呢，指的是那个就是真的对这件事儿完全不感兴趣，而且是一个不折不扣的这个无神论者，指的是这样的人。那么如果要是有一个人他是自愿的来参加我们的这个活动，而且呢是满怀着敬意来参拜神像的话呢，那他不被认为是一位非奉献者。
This is an offense that we risk to commit, yes? We risk to commit this offense like the offense on the chanting of the holy names, like when you say you should not speak the glories of the holy names to the non-devotees. So while preaching, sometimes we may say something about the glories of the holy name. So it's an offense that we risk to commit while preaching. But because our intention is to attract that person to Krishna's lotus feet, so that offense is forgiven.
那这个其实是我们在传教的时候可能是需要冒的一个风险，有可能会做出的冒犯。那么就好像是唱诵圣名10戒里面其中有一个冒犯，就是向全无信念的人传播 Krishna 的这个圣名的荣耀。那这个呢？我们因为要把这个 Krishna 知觉传播出去，所以呢，我们就有可能会向这个不信神的人或者是非奉献者去讲述这相关的话题。但是由于我们的意图是为了要把 Krishna 知觉传给这个人，所以说呢，就是这样的冒犯是可以被原谅的。
Because it's for the sake of preaching.
因为呢，这个是因为要传教，所以说才从事的活动。
Like in the West, when we do Ratha Yatra, we do worship of Lord Jagannath right in the middle of the street.
那就比如说在西方，我们在进行弹车节的时候，我们就是在大街上来崇拜主加格纳特的。
in front of so many non-devotees.
那么这会儿可是当着很多很多的非奉献者的面来做这件事情的。
But because Lord Jagannath is going out to give mercy to everyone, so this offense is forgiven.
但是由于主加格纳特呢，他是来到了这个大街上，要把仁慈给予所有的人，所以说呢，这样的冒犯是能够被原谅的。
Okay, next question.
下面这个问题呢是钱少华Prabhu问的哈，顶拜阿叔和奉献者，进供神像用的碗又换新碗，那换下来的碗我们可以自用吗？ Okay, well, she paid her humble obeisances to you and to all the devotees. She's asking for the bowls we used to, I mean, the utensils we used to, for offering the, for the offering for Lord. If we change the new, if we give the new utensils to the Lord to use for the maha from the Lord, is that okay for us to use it by ourselves?
Well, depends. Some devotees may use, some devotees prefer to keep them and worship them.
这个就是每个奉献者做的方式不一样。就这个换下来的这个旧碗呢，或者是旧的一些其他一些东西，有些奉献者呢，他们就选择是自己用，还有一些奉献人就选择去崇拜这些用物品。
It depends also on where you get from. For instance, if you go visit a very special temple in India, a very special deity, and somebody give you the personal things of the Lord, we are not certain, we're not going to use for your personal use. But at home, things that you offer to the deities and then become old and then you give to the family to use, it's okay. But here again, we have to be very careful because if when it's too used out and worn out, and then usually a normal utensil you throw away. So you cannot throw away that utensil that was offered to the Lord like we throw away any other thing.
Then what to do with that? Then how to do it?
Bury it or keep it.
OK， 那是这样的哈，就是分不同的情况。就如果要是比如说你到这个印度的一个庙里面，然后呢，庙里的祭司就送给了你一个神像用过的一样玛哈，那么这样东西呢就很珍贵，那这会儿你就不能够自己再用，那这会儿可能就是更好的是把它给供起来。但是如果是咱们自己家里用的这个给神像用来供奉的这个碗旧了不好使了，就是给神像换了新的话呢，那我们这个可以自己用。但是如果要是这个碗已经特别的旧了，自己用也不太好用了的话呢，那我们也不能够像扔任何一个普通的物件一样把它给扔掉。阿叔刚才说最好的办法就是或者是把它给存着，或者是把它给深埋了。
Okay, next.
Yeah, next from Vishaka Mataji， 顶拜阿叔翻译奉献者有一条供奉食物不给人看，有时候家里的孩子会来旁边绕一绕，心里会有点紧张，这样的情况怎么办呢？阿叔 please accept my humble obeisances to you and to the devotees. One of the items said that for the food, when the food is offering, shouldn't be revealed to the others. But sometimes when I offering the food, the kids will come over to take a look. So at that time, I feel very nervous. How to deal with that?
You bet. That's why you should either close the door of the deity room when you are doing this, or you put something in front of the plate. They don't see what is behind.
那就所以呢，要不然就是您在供奉的时候呢，就把门给关上，或者说呢，就是在这个供奉的这个食物前面挡一个屏风，这样他就看不到了。
Usually you have some folder that we put in front so that because even the devotees should not look at what is being offered.
就是然后通常呢就是放个屏风，因为就作为奉献者来讲，也不应该去看都给神像供奉了什么。
It's just for the deity. We should cover the plate when you bring from the kitchen to the deity room, and when in the deity room, you put something in front of the plate, and then you cover the food and offer to the Lord, so nobody sees besides the Lord and
因为就是
the pujari.
因为呢这个食物呢是给but Ashu this is for put the temple or
No. At home we can do also.
OK， 是这样的啊，就是这个食物呢是给神像准备的，那么这个食物在厨房里面准备好了以后呢，就把它给这个端到了这个神像房里面去供奉。那么在这供奉的这个路上呢，这个食物它是被遮起来的，然后呢
Cover with a cloth.
对，你就可以用块布把它给遮起来，然后呢把它给送到神像房，然后呢开始供奉，供奉完了以后呢，就用屏风把它给挡上，就不要有人看到。
Yeah. Shouldn't. Okay, next question.
下面呢是 Padmamuki 的问题，顶拜阿叔，请解释一下8A。What she is asking for 8A.
We saw that one, no?
No, just now we saw 8B.
Useless flowers without any fragrance. Okay.
那这8A 呢是不该供奉没有香味的花儿。
Yes, sometimes I know, sometimes particularly nowadays, especially if you buy in the market, most of the flowers have no fragrance.
那的确现在这是一个问题，特别是我们从市场买的花儿，它基本上都没香味儿。
If you are in a situation we don't have the proper item, then at least in your mind you offer to the Lord, please, my dear Lord, accept this flower as if it had a very, very, very beautiful fragrance for your pleasure.
是这样的啊，sorry，就是当我们没有这个有香味的花供奉给主的时候，至少我们在内心里面要冥想一下，就是请求主能够接受，就是我向您在内心中供奉的一朵有香味的花。
I don't have better, please accept this, but make it very fragrant for your pleasure.
或者就是说我向主供奉一朵没有香味的花，然后呢对主说，我没有其他的花可以向您供奉了，但是呢，请您把这朵花变成一朵非常有香，就是非常芬芳的一朵花，请您接受它。
Okay, next.
然后韦莎卡妈姐说，在做饭的时候，孩子来绕一绕。Well, she said that sometimes when she preparing the food, the child will come over to take a look.
So you try to give the child something to play with while you're doing your offering. Make the child be entertained with something that is more entertaining than looking what is in a plate.
就是这个，您就尽量那就让孩子去干点儿，让他比这个对食物更加的感兴趣的一些事儿。下面这个问题 ，Hare Krishna 顶拜阿叔顶拜翻译第10，不要在神像面前躺下。我俩地方非常小，神像在我床头的位置，我的神坛有门儿，把门关上可以躺下吗？Yeah. Well, here said that one should not lie down before the deity of Krishna, and this devotee said that because they have very narrow place, so the deity is on the top of the bed, and there is well, basically the altar is a cabinet, so they can close the door of the cabinet.
Yes.
So in that case, and after the door has been cabinet, it was okay for her to
Yeah,
lie down.
In this way, they are not lying down before the deity. You cover the deity. Yeah, you close the compartment or put a curtain or put a cloth, but you are not in front of the deity. That's all.
对，就这神像，如果是放在这个柜子里面哈，就这个神坛是一个柜子，然后有门啊或者有帘啊，给关上了，给挡上了，这就变，然后这会儿您再躺下再睡一下，这就不像是在神像面前躺下了。
Okay, next.
Lila 玛伊玛的几1B阿叔，没有启迪奉献者可以进厨房吗？1B。
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, then her question is that if it's okay for the non-initiated devotee to go to the kitchen to prepare food.
You can, if he's a devotee, even if he's not initiated, but he's already chanting, yes, you can.
虽然说这位奉献者还没有启迪，但如果他已经是一位奉献者了，已经开始念诵了，那他是没有问题进厨房的。
At least at home, if it's a temple, in a standard temple, you cannot. It has to be initiated. But at home, if he's already chanting or is at least is attracted to the devotees, yes, you can invite the person to help. At least can help, even if it does not.
这个在庙里面是不行的，在庙里面一定得是启迪的奉献者才能够进厨房。但是呢，在家里面是没有问题的。这个做饭的奉献者他也需要一些帮手，所以呢，没有启迪的奉献者是可以进厨房，至少他可以去帮忙帮厨。
Next question.
That's everything, Ashu.
That's everything. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. If anything else.
No. Here has one more thing. 没念诵还在吃荤的可以吗？ Dina Tarima said that. So what about those haven't been chanted, or haven't started chanting and still eating meat? For those can be in the kitchen or not?
It's better not. It's better not.
就这样的情况呢，最好就不要进厨房。
Unless you don't have anybody else to help.
除非要不然还有一种情况，就是如果要是身边实在是没人帮忙，而且你又实在是需要帮忙的话，那只剩他了，那他可以帮忙。
But if you have somebody else who can help and who is already follow the principles, is better.
但是如果要是有别人可以帮忙，而且就最好是找那些已经开始在遵守思想规范原则的奉献者来帮忙。
Particularly, okay, if it's just cutting vegetables, it's okay. But if you're cooking, no, definitely should not cook.
但是就像这样的这种情况呢，他切菜、洗菜是可以的，但是呢，去掌勺做饭就不要了。
No, you have to follow the principles in order to cook for the Lord.
因为如果是为主做饭的话呢，那就必须是去这个遵守思想规范原则的人才可以。
You have to have some standard at home.
那我们在家里面呢，必须得有一些标准。
Because you are initiated devotee.
因为您是一位启迪了的奉献者。
But if it's a case of a person who is not initiated, is just a beginner, and he's still eating meat, and then he wants to cook something for the deity in their home that is not meat, of course, and he cooks that, it's okay, it's acceptable, because the person is not yet, I say, committed to Krishna consciousness. He's just a beginner, and is trying to do some service, so it should not be discouraged, even though it's not standard.
但是呢，就是如果要是一位对 Krishna 知觉感兴趣的奉献，就是这么一个人哈，他呢还没有完全的被说服要进行 Krishna 知觉的这个修习，还没有戒肉，也没有开始念诵，但是呢，他愿意做一些 Krishna 知觉的服务，他愿意为 Sri Krishna 供奉饭。那他在这样的情况下，在家里面他是可以做一些素食，来供给主的。那这个是可以的。
Because they are beginners, they still have lots of imperfection, but they should be given a chance to begin to encouraged to do some service.
因为呢，就是他是一些这个。就是他是一个新人，然后呢，他愿意做一些服务，所以呢，他既然想做这个服务，就千万不能够打击他，就他需要鼓励，需要被鼓励的做一些服务。
This should not offer food cooked by non-devotees include anything you buy that's already cooked and you offer to your deity.
Could I say it again?
This not offer foodstuff that is cooked by non-Vaishnava includes anything you buy from outside that is already cooked and you offer directly to the deity.
OK， 就还有就是我们在外面买的素食的熟食也不能够供奉给主的。 就在外面买的这些这个俗食的素食也是不可以把它供奉给主的，这也属于这一条。
If you are really in a situation where you have nothing to eat, you have nothing to eat, and you take fruits, take something not cooked, but particularly not grains cooked by non-devotees. If you trust it's a vegetarian place and the food is okay, offer in your mind. You are not going to get that food and bring to your home to offer to your deity. There, you're like in a restaurant, you go for some reason, you have for your job, and you go to a vegetarian restaurant, so at least offer within your mind. Offer it in your mind, but don't bring that food to offer to your deity at home.
但那就比如说，如果我们要是到素餐厅里面去吃饭，然后呢，就是这种食物呢，我们在心意里面去供奉一下，但是不要把这些食物给带回家里面去供奉给我们的神像。
So this is very tasty. I'm going to bring to offer to my deity. No, you cannot do that because the person who cooked, first of all, is a non-devotee. But worse is that food is already offered to so many people in a restaurant. How can you take that food from the shop or restaurant that other people are already eating and you go offer to your deity?
What do you mean it's already eaten by the others?
Because others are buying that type of food, the same cooking. In a restaurant, a person cooks a big pot of vegetables, and you're going to serve you a plate, but he's serving a plate to everybody.
How are
you going to offer that food if it's already offered to other people?
Okay, because my understanding that every time when we order a dish, and that dish just particularly cooked for this table, not for all.
Oh, no. They already cooked for other people before from the same batch.
Oh, really?
You are not the first one. You are not a unique person who is going to have a unique meal just for yourself. Already, the ingredients were already used for other people before.
Okay.
So it's not unique. So you cannot offer that. In your mind, you can. Please, my dear Lord, is a particular situation. Please offer this, bless this food. Something simple.
是这样的啊，就是我们不能够在外边的素餐厅里面吃了一个好吃的啊，就在想，我得把这个带回家去，然后供奉给我的神像，这是不行的。原因有2个，第一个呢，就是这个食物它不是由奉献者这个烹制的食物，所以呢就不能够供奉。第2个原因呢，是由于就是我们在餐厅里面吃的这个食物，它并不是专门给神像这一个人所烹炒的这么一个食物，这都已经是就是很多人他都吃过了，就是很多人都在阿叔刚才说的意思就是这一个菜就是炒完了以后呢要分给很多人，所以说呢就不可能让这个主吃大锅饭，这个是不可以的。
And it's not clean. It's not properly clean.
而且呢，还有呢，也不干净。然后刚才还有阿叔就说，就是我们自己在素餐厅吃饭的这个心意的供奉，其实是一个很简单的供奉。这种供奉的方式呢，就是请主来为我们祝福一下这个食物。
Okay, stop here.
然后这个 Vivo 的问题是在外吃佛教徒的素食。用心意供给主 Vishnu 可以吗？ She's asking when we are eating the veggie meal prepared by the Buddhist, if it's okay for us to using our mind to offer the food to Lord Vishnu.
Yes, in your mind you can do, yeah.
对，你可以在心意里面去供奉一下。
But avoid to have a habit to go and eat outside because food outside is not good for your consciousness.
但是呢，我们尽量就避免要在外面吃饭的这个习惯啊，因为在外面的这些食物不利于我们的这个知觉。
Unless it's really a circumstance that you cannot do otherwise. Otherwise, you can always cook your lunch in the morning and carry with you in a tiffin, and in the evening when you come back home, you cook a dinner, a simple dinner.
然后呢，其实尽量要避免这个在外面吃饭。我们可以早晨的时候给自己把这个中午的饭做好了，然后呢用饭盒带去吃中午饭。完了晚上回家的时候再给自己做一个比较简单一点的晚餐就好了。
But there are circumstances in your work, maybe you do business and you have to go to with other people and you have to go to a restaurant and they choose a vegetarian restaurant, or at least a place we can get vegetarian dishes, then you have to do it just for the sake of your job, because you cannot do otherwise. But don't take this as your personal habit.
但是有的时候由于我们的工作的原因呢，或者一些其他的各方面的原因呢，导致了我们就一定得在外面吃这个菜，而且呢，是在素餐厅里面吃饭的话呢，那我们也不得不吃。我们因为要谋生，要工作，要跟别人要交际，所以呢也必须要吃。但是不要把这个养成我们一个习惯。
Okay, is there any more question?
Dina Tarinimagi is a comment. She said that that devotee who is still eating meat and not follow the principles, she actually have the enthusiasm to render services, and also she loved to read the Bhagavad Gita and also loved to chant.
Okay, that's already something. But you
Yes.
don't let her cook. Let her just help. Cut the vegetables, wash the vegetables, cut the vegetables, simple thing, and you cook.
这都已经是挺好的一件事了，但是呢，就不要让他，还是不让他做饭，就是让他来帮忙你就好了。还是由您来做比较好。然后这个韦沙卡妈就问，请问阿叔心意供奉怎么做？阿叔 How to offer in mind?
You can say the prayers, or you can just say Hare Krishna a few times, and please, my dear Lord, bless this food because I don't have any other way to do now. Just ask forgiveness that we cannot offer properly. Please accept this food so I don't get involved into sinful activities. I would say just the prayers that you use. If you can say the prayers that you use for offering, or you can just chant Hare Krishna.
那么就是一个呢是念诵供奉的祷文，然后呢再念诵或者念 Hare Krishna， 然后呢向主请求原谅，并且呢请求主来祝福这个食物。因为你要跟主稍微说一下，就是你因为没有办法这个正当的去供奉这个食物，所以说现在就只能请他先接受这个，请他祝福这个食物。
Thank you everybody. Thank you Dana Kelly for your translation.
非常感谢大家，非常谢谢 Dana Kelly 的翻译，谢谢阿叔。
Jai Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari 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 Bo.